It's my feel-good breakfast show.
The Vital Foundation is recognizing organizations which help to fight the abuse of women and children in our communities. Now, one such organization doing sterling work is Jelly Beanz. They envision a society where all children in South Africa should grow up to be able to love, to play, learn, be emotionally healthy, and of course productive within their families and communities. And this morning, director Edith Kriel joins us in studio to tell us a little bit more about her incredible work and this wonderful organization. Edith, thank you so much for joining us. Just in the brief time that we've had to chat, it amazes me the kind of work that you do. Just in a broad scope, tell us what Jelly Beanz does exactly.
So we really want to provide hope to children who've been traumatized and abused. We have an enormous amount of child abuse and neglect in our country, and through our organization want to try and help children heal from some of that and also look at prevent some of the abuse and neglect happening to our children.
I think we really do know a lot about the effects of abuse within a family, what that can have on a child. But for me, the real code to crack is how do you bring about that change within a child to prevent that cycle continuing? How do you go about that? How do you approach dealing with these young children often?
I think what's important is that we need to acknowledge that therapy has a very important place. So, really providing a safe space for children to express their emotions, to process their emotions, but also importantly, communities, families, any adult who has contact with a child can create healing moments for children. And we really need people in our communities to stand up and say, here I am, I'm willing to make a difference.
I was going to say, when that conventional family model breaks down, that's when the community and professionals, where the industry has to step up. And I know you go to great lengths to train other professionals. What are your goals? What ideally do you want to see happen within your organization?
Ideally, I'd like to be without a job, because that would mean there's no hurting kids out there. But really to give people who work in the communities skills and knowledge on how to gently and effectively help children. I think there's a lot of ideas out there, some of them helpful and some of them hurtful to children.
And I think I'm always amazed at how resilient children can be, but you've obviously got to create that connection.
There we go.
How do you connect with the communities? What communities are you actually involved with at the moment?
So we work in sort of the northwest side of Cape Town. And so we're working in communities who really, are under-resourced. So Dunoon, Joe Slovo, Delft, a community in Malmesbury. So really looking at trying to, from a holistic perspective, work with children and families.
What I love is that you also have created programs and packages, things that make it a lot easier to propagate your message, to get those ideas out there. Take us through some of the services and the programs that you guys have put together.
Okay, so we work with kids who have experienced abuse and trauma, providing play therapy for them. We also do work with children hoping to prevent. So in other words, teaching children about what are the danger signals, if something should happen, what should they do, and in the process trying to also empower their parents, their teachers, their communities, and to take responsibility to prevent abuse, because that's really where we want to be going.
How do we get involved? I think ultimately is the big question. How do we as a community and people who aren't involved in your field, how can we offer you help and support?
We need people power. So we need people to stand up and say, here I am, I have this talent or this skill or this ability or this connection, and to get in touch with us, because everybody can get involved in making a difference for our children.
Well, Edith, here I am. Thank you so much for everything that you do. I think you really do deserve a commendation, and it's amazing to see people living a selfless existence like you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All of us have a role to play, and you can find out more about what the organizations that the Vital Foundation support. If you are such an organization, you can connect with other like-minded people, and even as individuals within communities, find out what you can do to make a difference. Put your hand up and say, here I am. Visit vitalfoundation.co.za for a whole lot more inspiration.
Make abuse a thing of the past. Nominate an organization that fights abuse so they can win 35,000 Rand from the Vital Awards.